know why we're here today, to target our opposition at Peter Kent and the Canadian government, to say shame on Stephen Harper for his unconditional support for Israel's war crimes. Shame on you, Stephen Harper.
Shame! 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 Shame!
We all know the shameful vote that Canada took at the United Nations Human Rights Council this week. We all know about the shameful position of defending unconditionally these war crimes against the people of Gaza. But we need to take a moment here to salute the courage and the dignity and the honor of the people of Gaza and of all Palestinians who have resisted this onslaught, not just in the last 3 weeks, but for decades. We stand with Gaza.
We stand with Gaza!
We stand with Gaza.
We stand with Gaza!
We stand with Gaza.
We stand with Gaza!
And we should also remind ourselves that we have conducted ourselves in exactly the same way in our mobilizations here against this war. There are some who try to criticize this movement, to say that we're isolated, that we're somehow divided. But if you think about all the speakers who have been here today, from the Palestinian community, from the Arab community, from the Muslim, Jewish, Christian community, from the student movement, from the trade union movement, from the peace and social justice movement. We are a broad and inclusive movement of people who represent all backgrounds, who stand in solidarity with the people of Palestine.
We want this man to come out and face the Canadian public, because Israel is committing war crimes. Because this is not my statement, this is what Professor Peter Falk, who is the United Nations Human Rights Rapporteur, who has said Israel has committed war crimes. And these people, Peter Kent and Stephen Harper, who are supporting Israeli assaults and Israeli war crimes, they are complicit in war crimes. And they will also be held liable for the crimes that the Israeli state is committing against innocent people. Brothers and sisters, I can clearly see a day when the Israeli leaders will be hauled before an international crimes tribunal. But that day, I'm afraid, is going to be some distance away. In the meantime, we need to continue to raise our voices against this injustice. We need to continue to march in the streets against these crimes that are being perpetrated against innocent people. And our message to Peter Kent and our message to Stephen Harper is that if you are real leaders, if you are real men, come out and face the Canadian public that is standing in front of you. We will continue to shout and we will continue to shame you until you are driven out of office, and we have people who have the courage to stand up for truth and justice, like these honorable men and women standing here today. Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
What I wanted to say before we wrap up here today is that we shouldn't be surprised by Stephen Harper's stance on Israel. We know that Canada has 2,600 troops in Afghanistan, our single largest contribution to George Bush's war on terror. From Afghanistan to Palestine, occupation is a crime.
Afghanistan to Palestine,
Occupation is a crime!
Kandahar to Palestine, occupation is a crime. Kandahar to Palestine, occupation is a crime. Kandahar to Palestine, occupation is a crime. Kandahar to Palestine, occupation is a crime.